Hello and welcome to this video. My name is ActiqueRS. So today I want to talk about a rather interesting topic. So what I want to talk about is mass panic merchanting. And it's a concept where if some people just mass panic about one item in a grand exchange, you take advantage of that. And by doing this, you can possibly make very big profits and often at a rather low risk as well. So obviously I'm not going to tell you the exact items that I'm using at the moment, but I'm just going to give you ideas on how to pick an item and what kind of profits you can expect. So take for example the EOC when it was added to RuneScape. There is an item called Weapon Poison, which is extremely rare in the game because people don't want to make Weapon Poison. So Weapon Poison ++ is very hard to make. It takes a lot of time. You have to collect the cave nightshade yourself. And it's not really traded that often in the Grand Exchange to make a decent profit at the moment. I'm sure that one of you of my viewers is actually merging the Weapon Poison ++ at the moment. But it's not that great profit because it's just slow items. So I don't recommend anybody to go to Weapon Poison ++ right now. But back when EOC was added to RuneScape, the Weapon Poison ++ was thought to be completely useless because Jagex was removing the poison from weapons. So I actually managed to buy a lot of Weapon Poisons for like 10 GP each. And a couple of hours later, people just realized that you can drink the Weapon Poison and then you can use it in your combat and it will poison the monsters. And then people started suddenly panic buying it back. So I turned like a pile of maybe like 100k and I turned it into 9 million GP in a matter of couple of hours. And this was because I was there at the right time and I knew that Weapon Poison ++ is extremely hard to get. So I knew that if somebody will sometime need the Weapon Poison ++, then they will have to buy it for a quite high price. So when people were trashing the items to the Grand Exchange, that's when I left my buy offer and I bought a lot of it. And then when people realized, oh wait, we need this item, then they started buying it for a high price. So this exact same concept works for every single item that there is a mass panic about. For example, when a friend made a video about the limestones and Signs of Respite, there was a massive amount of people trying this new money making method out. And obviously the Signs of Respite aren't at that big a demand, so the limestones crashed to about 250 GP. And if I were there at the right time, I could have bought a lot of limestone for 250 GP, and at the current prices I could probably sell it for 600, 700 or something like that and double my money. So whenever a YouTuber makes a video about some money making method, it's very common that people just go do this money making method and then they crash the price down. So that's when you go there and you buy a lot of this item because the item will never be this low. And then you sell it in a couple of weeks when the money making method is kind of over and people have forgotten about this video. So this is the way you can take advantage of mass panic. Of course, sometimes you end up losing a lot of money and you shouldn't do investments unless you just know what you are doing and you are not that afraid of losing your money. But there is also like items that are very rare and hard to obtain in RuneScape and they are just ridiculously low price. And there might be a future update that those items just become more useful and people just want to get those items again. So when some item is extremely low price but it's still a rare item and there is a possibility that Jagex updates this item, that's the time when you buy a lot of this item. And when the update comes, or when the buzz about the update comes and people find out that there is going to be an update on this item, then you start selling your items for insane price, like 10 times the price that you paid for it. And I have been anticipating a future update and I have actually a merge that I'm planning to do, and I'm just hoping that it will turn out something great, because if it's gonna turn out something great, I will of course show you how much profit I actually made from this merge. But at the moment I have a merge going on that I'm really planning to get through. And and if it works out the way I imagine it will work out, I will make about 100 to 200 million GP for pretty much no work at all. But there is a small possibility that this update never comes that I'm anticipating, and also there is a small possibility that the item just keeps falling in price and I'm just binding all my money to this item and I just want to get my money back, so I will sell the item for pretty much the same price as I bought it for. So if you only have a small amount of money, it's not point to bind your money into some one item and hope it will go up, because you will make more money by just doing quick flips with those monies. So you have to take into consideration that investments isn't something you do if you have a small amount of money. I think one thing that I will tell you now is the alchemy price, and that's also something you should take into consideration. So when you are making investments on items that are at the moment at the alchemy price and you are anticipating that those items are going to be better than the alchemy price in the future, there is no risk of losing any money. And for example, when EOC was first introduced to RuneScape, people didn't know that the alchemy price for a Regent bracelet is about 120k. So I used to buy those for 20k in the Grand Exchange, and then I do high alchemy on them, and I get 100,000 profit for each of those bracelets. So I hope that this gives you some kind of idea what kind of merges you can do. I'm not an expert in merging, and I know a lot of people that have like 5 billion bank and they have made their money through merging only. And I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not a perfect merger or something like that, but this is a good concept to think about. And when some big YouTuber makes a video about a money making method, usually the best thing to do about that is to do the exact opposite thing. So for example, when somebody makes a video about you should go and buy limestone and sell it to the Grand Exchange, that's when you go and buy a lot of limestone from the Grand Exchange, then you wait 3 weeks and sell it for triple or double the money. But yeah, as I didn't want to break my own merges that I have going on, I couldn't tell you what I'm doing at the moment, because I don't want 450 people doing the same thing as I'm doing. But I hope this video has given you enough ideas to start your own project of just hoarding some items that will probably go up, and then you will turn it in for a great profit. And keep in mind that the bonus XP weekend is just around the corner. And I can tell you a small tip is that after the bonus XP weekend, there's certainly going to be some items that people are trashing to the Grand Exchange for ridiculous price. And this is the time where you should buy a lot of items and then you wait until they go back up and sell it back again. But this is never risk-free, and you are going to do it, of course, with your own risk. And I'm not gonna take responsibility if you fail with your merge. Just do some things that you are quite certain that will work out. But I think that's it about this video, so I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have liked it, you can leave it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. Leave also some comments. What do you think about my idea? And see you guys next time.